my childhood memory, my mom was a monster who ruined my childhood. My mom was extremely strict to me. She hoped me to be a musician, better to be a star. So she started her devil training when I was just 4 years old. The first subject she forced me to learn is piano. I was not interested in it, but my mom insisted. I still can remember how desperately I cried the day she dragged me to see my piano teacher. Many people at present persuade my mom, if your child doesn't want to learn, don't push her. And my mom talked back, I do all this for her good. Then my miserable learning career began, and my happy childhood ended. I had to learn piano for 4 hours on weekdays and 10 hours on weekends. And Mom just sat beside me when I was playing. I made the same mistake on purpose every day to show my discontent and impatience. She could not forgive me making the same mistake again and again, so she would tear my piano book up and beat me on my bottom with no mercy at all. And I was beaten almost every day. Although I did not like playing piano, I was keen on singing, and I had talent in it. My music teacher recommended me to attend chorus when I was 6 years old. I learned very fast. Soon, I became the youngest leading singer in my chorus at the age of 7. The next year, I had my first soundtrack published. However, Mom was not satisfied with my singing, so she found me a private tutor. Then, singing became another burden for me. I hated her because she made me live in pressure and fear. I spent most of my time fighting with her, and the fight did not end until one event happened. It was summer when I was 14 years old. I raised a little dog. From then on, my mom put all her heart on training the dog. She loved him very much, so she never beat him unless once my dog pissed on her pillow to irritate her because she forgot to walk him in the morning. Mom got really mad. I saw her catching him and beating him hard. Wow, what a familiar thing, I sighed. Knowing nothing can be done to save the poor dog, Dad and I walked outside. A short while later, Dad said, "You know what? Your mom must be crying now." I asked, "Why? How do you know?" Dad said, "Because when you were young, every time she beat you up, she would cry." I was surprised. But why do I know nothing about that? Dad said, "Certainly she would not cry in front of you." No, it cannot be true. She's a monster. Beating is a kind of fine for her. She would never cry, I thought. However, after I went back home, I saw her sitting in the corner, crying silently with the dog in her arms. At that moment, I realized how wrong I was. She actually did not bear to beat me. I always claimed that I had a miserable childhood, but when I opened my photo album, I found many happy memories with her. I just forgot them all. I always asked why my mom never understood me, why she always pushed me to learn everything I didn't want. But actually, I never tried to understand her either. Mom, I just want to say, I'm sorry. I didn't know or never thought about your feelings. You couldn't make me understand by words because I was so young. But you still insist on doing the same thing that you thought right and good for me for almost 10 years. 10 years is definitely not a short time. In these years, I kept doing everything against you as I hated you. But you stood. Now I grew up, I can totally understand you. You placed too many hopes on me, so when I fool around, you will get extremely angry. Although I cannot be a musician as you expected, but I promise you, I will be somebody. Your effort will not be in vain. That's all I can return to you, Mom.